Alright, so we decided to come to a B&B for a few days. Where it's welcome. So it's just a little room here, and it's a room in a shed. It's nice. So this is gonna be our home for how long are we here, Jim?
3 nights.
3 nights. So here we go. TV up there. Chair. And I will tell you, this is as small as it looks, because it is really that small. TVs are up there. The bathroom here. Shower. So it's gonna be good though. Microwave. Got a fridge. Fridge is little. We bought some food. We made some food to go out and look at the views tomorrow. I'll show you that. If I remember, we'll take breakfast. That'll be good. We're just having scrambled eggs and toast. So I did buy a pan for that. And this is it. This is a little kitchenette here, or whatever you want to call it. There's my cell phone. So that's it. That's where we're gonna be for 3 days, right, Jake?
Right.
Right. We're gonna go do some fun stuff tomorrow. We're gonna look at some museums, all that good jive. We'll take it back there. We'll see you. All right, guys. We're really close here. Sorry, it's a different angle, but you see how there's still a little wetness in these. That's kind of where you want it. A little bit more here. Because these will keep cooking when they get on the plate. Just a little bit. So, there you got it. We're ready. I'll just do Jen's plate right now so everybody can just see it quick. We'll take it to her. There's some scrambled eggs. I know the plates aren't fancy, but it's what we got. There's some of our salsa here. Let's put a little bit of that on there. There you go. And you know the best part about this is she is literally 2 steps away. So there you go, Jen.
Thanks, Corey.
Enjoy your delicious Airbnb brunch.
Craigel had 20 patents by the time he was 44 years old. He moved to St. Louis, Missouri, started Craigel Casket Company. And then George started to build this factory in 1902, started building windmills here in 1903. All the metal Eli windmills were built inside this building, about 2,000 altogether. Most of them were built in the teens and the 20s. 1923 was the height of production, built 130 windmills that year. But by the time you get to the Depression years, they're only building a few dozen per year. By 1939, they only built 6. They didn't build any during World War II because of metal rationing. Then after the war, they had really transitioned to become more of a maintenance business, and they were only building a few windmills per year. Last windmill was built here in 1983, and then the factory closed in 1991. Now along the walls in here, it's the way that it was left in 1991, and then just out here on the floor, some of the equipment has been pushed closer together so it could fit the walkway around the factory. However, everything in here is still in working condition. All that equipment and the central line shaft are still working. Now, it's a loop around the factory. Then you're also able to walk into the office, which is also kept original. And there will be 7 computer kiosks as you go around. They'll have videos about the factory, and then some will have a list of equipment. If you press on that, it'll light that piece up. So if you have any questions as you go, just let me know.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique place.
I want to see this.
Hold down the button. And it is a model, so there's a little bit of it.
So we'll turn different ways depending on where.
Yeah,
Where the wind's coming
direction
from.
of the wind. Yep.
What's the other big windmill company that is always on the windmills?
The largest company is Air Motor.
Air Motor.
Yeah, they were out of San Angelo, Texas. Another big company is Veggie. Yeah, they were out of Vaca, Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember when we went to visit Kelly?
No wonder two big ones in Nebraska. All that wind, right?
Yeah, and Fairbury was a big one.
Fairbury, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
Fairbury. Yeah, I actually have a model of a Fairbury over here. This one back here. It's Fairbury. And it was a pretty good sized
yeah.
company too. They quit making those in the 1960s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that farm that your brother was living on, they had a Fairbury.
Oh, is that the one I climbed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually built really good windmills. Those are very high quality. And they built a direct stroke and a geared windmill. The type of windmill built here is a direct stroke. It's not a geared windmill.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is the gearbox.
Oh,
A geared windmill has a gearbox. This has no gearbox.
I see.
It's just the pitman arm connects where they do.
Just whatever you get. That's yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
Did any of the old windmill companies transition to the new wind turbines or anything like that?
Well, no, Air Motor's still making the traditional style windmills, but none of them actually. They did. A lot of them transitioned to just making pumps, like inline pumps and things like that.
Yeah,
But-
because if I think about where windmills are today, it's those.
Yeah, see, a lot of the biggest producer of wind turbines is Vestas, which is a company from Denmark. But there's about 10 different companies that build them. Several of them are actually in China. There's a few in the United States. One of them is GE.
Right. Yeah,
All right.
it's really cool.
This is freaking super
But yeah, there's a
cool.
lot of difference in size of the companies.
Yeah.
Like Air Motor, they were originally out of Chicago, Illinois. Then they moved to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and Conway, Arkansas, and then ended up in San Angelo, Texas.
Really?
Yeah. Now they do have a factory in Argentina because about 80% of their sales go overseas. Because they still sell a lot of
They still yeah.
Latin America.
Yep. They're not as high tech.
Exactly. Well, it's because in areas where you're off a electrical grid, but you can't afford a solar pump, that a windmill is
Still a good thing to have. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of people in the United States, there's still a lot of windmills, but a lot of them have went to pumps now, especially
Yep.
the solar pumps and electrical pumps, because REA, rural electrification, ran out to a lot of farms when they can run the pumps.
Right.
Because a windmill generally is only going to run about 35% of the time.
So what did it say, Eli?
Eli comes from Eli Huber. He was a Lutheran pastor in Nebraska City. So the metal windmills were named after him. And he was a mentor to George Cradle, but it mainly had to do with marketing because Eli was easy to read and easy to remember than Cradle. You can see Cradle on a windmill, you might forget 15 years later.
That's true.
So,
Yep.
Eli, you remember that.
You remember that?
From the website.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make the letters much bigger. Yeah, Fairbury was run by a Scottish immigrant named Johnson.
How come you know so much about
Research.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's his job.
that was an archaeologist.
Did you study in Nebraska?
No, I went to school in St. George. I taught archaeology at the university.
Well, look at that old saw. It's like an old school table saw. Some sort.
And all the saws they do hook up to the line shaft system too. And the thing is about the saws, they just bought the metal hardware to those, and then they built the wooden tables.
Yeah.
Ah,
Look at this table.
yeah, it's something else.
And that's like on the crosscut saw over here, that has a floating table on it, like you would on a modern.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right here.
So that's pretty intricate design.
Yep, that is cool.
Yeah, these guys were talented craftsmen.
They do what they were doing. That's for sure.
And they originally set up the line shaft themselves too.
Wow.
And the belts of the line shaft are made out of buffalo hide.
Really?
Yep. 18 different pieces of equipment were powered by that. It was originally powered by a 14 horsepower Van Dusen gas engine. And then Van Dusen quit making that engine. And in 1919, they converted to electrical power. So there is a 7 horse electrical motor on this skylight and a 5.5 horse on the other skylight.
This is so cool.
Yeah, you turn on and off different pieces of equipment with the shipper levers, those are the boards hanging down. Because even though 18 different pieces are hooked up to it, you're only going to run 2 or 3 pieces of equipment at one time.
So these right here.
Yeah, those are the shipper
Those?
levers.
Would it have been loud in here?
It would have when they had the gas engine and been very loud. When they put the electrical motors in there, it would have been less so, but it still would have been loud. Especially depending on which section you were working on. Like if you're doing blacksmith work, it's going to be loud in there. But yeah, depending on what you're doing.
I just imagine all these things and belts.
All these belts be spinning around. It's very dangerous. That's why even though it works today, I can't turn it on when I have public with the OSHA regulations because it is very dangerous. And by the time, if you walk into a belt, by the time you get it shut off, it's too late.
You're done dealing.
You're dead.
Did a lot of people do you know if there was any deaths?
There was 2 people got hurt from the belt.
Two hurt.
Yeah, one of them was a guy who worked here, got his leg caught in the belt going back to the Van Dusen gas engine, and he had to have his leg amputated.
Ugh.
In the local newspaper, they said he was expected to die, but he actually lived for 30 more years. And then another one was their cousin got his hand caught in the belt, and then it tore his thumb up.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
lucky because nobody did die, because that was very common in factories at this time period.
Oh, yeah. Death, yeah.
Yeah, because you're working with dangerous equipment.
Yep.
And it happens so fast.
Dangerous equipment with no guards or anything.
No guard. This is
Yep.
the only guard in the whole building. And this is a belt guard. This is not a machine guard. That's just to keep people putting boards to the belts.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of the things in here. These guys didn't talk to each other while they were running equipment, so you would not distract somebody.
Yeah.
They would meet in the morning and talk about what they needed to do. But when they're running equipment, they wouldn't be talking.
That was work time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Look at that old scale. Jeepers. I bet that is worth some money, that scale. Well, Jesus.
Those twisted ropes.
Yeah, the ropes are cool.
Can you imagine the pickers in here?
Oh, yeah, they go nuts.
Well, they don't pick museums, of course. 'Cause
Well, no.
they sell anything.
They're going to tell them to go to hell. Look at, they put little towels on the bottom of this stuff for sliding, I would assume.
Look at all these little cubbies with parts.
Buffalo hide.
Equivalents. English to decimal conversion chart.
Look at this old door.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
Next door east to toilet.
So this is obviously where they heated stuff up, like a blacksmith. Look at that little stool. Did you see this little stool? It's like, looks like the most uncomfortable stool you could ever have in your life. Think how hot it would have been over here this quarter. Oh, Lord. I don't even want to think about it. That guy's got that heating up. He's sitting
Can you
there.
imagine working here in like the 1980s? You would feel like you were, you know.
Oh, think about on a hot day. Think how hot it would be in here. No airflow.
It was very hot here. Summertime, very cold.
Oh, yeah, you thought about the. Yeah, it's cold as heck then, too, yeah.
And the lighting was cold. Even when they put in the electrical motors, and they had 4 lights.
Lord.
The ventilation was poor in here.
Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, it was difficult working conditions.
So they probably put this area right up here just to get some light in it, I would assume, huh?
The skylights.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what sunlight is. And then there's a vocational school next to us, but it used to be a grocery store. And they used to be able to get more light from that side. And that,
Oh.
at that time, they did have 3 windows over there. So you can see one here, there's a
Yeah.
couple in the back there too. But still, it would be pretty dark.
Silence is golden, just like you were talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
That's cool.
So some of the equipment looks older.
Oh yeah, there's a range of ages. Like the turret lathe that's right beyond you there, that's be 1920.
What
But
about
the
screen?
This one right here.
no, that's a bandsaw. It'd be late 1800s. The shear punch, that's the heaviest piece in here, just to the side of you there. That would also be from the late 1800s.
This one?
Yeah, they actually
That looks old, yeah.
bought. It's called an iron worker, and they got that broken. So there is a hairline crack in it right
There it
there.
is, right there, right there.
Yep. And then that band that is around it, that is the repair. It's a giant metal band in it, basically. And
Hey.
they did that repair prior to 1920 because I have a photograph from them. And they continued to use it up until the factory closed, and it still works today. Now, originally, where that notch is, that's where they tried to repair it. This right here in front. Yeah, that right there. And that wasn't good enough, so they had to go higher and notch it again. And then they actually had to put a pin and a shim in there as well. And then that bolt shouldn't be there either. They actually had to drill down through that and put that bolt. Yes, they had to put that bolt in there.
That is a.
So they had to keep on reheating that band. It's
bigger than my hand.
and bring it up there. So there was several weeks of work that we put into this thing.
They got her whooped though, did
They
they?
did.
Yep.
And it worked. And this thing weighs 2 tons.
Oh my Lord.
The flywheel weighs 1,500 pounds itself. So when you start the line shaft, it takes 2 people because one person has to turn on the line shaft, another person has to push that wheel manually on the flywheel until it starts to build up momentum, and then you'll be okay. Now this is actually just sitting on the ground. There's some boards on top of the ground. That's where it's at because they couldn't set it on the floorboard because it would just fall.
Too heavy.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
Wow.
But it was a very important piece of equipment for them because they would use the top part's the shear. That's what you use to cut tower pieces. The bottom part, there's that lever. That's how you operate the punch. Where you're standing at, if the walkway wasn't there, you could actually pull that floorboard up, and there's a bench seat right where you're standing.
Really?
Yeah, and the operator would sit down there. And I've had people tell me that they had come in here when Art Krenkel was in his 90s, and he would still climb down in that hole and operate that punch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat piece. Yeah, it dates from the late 1800s. The lathe on the other side of that would date from 1860.
Was it always this rough? Do you think, or
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
it's so old? I
Yeah, it's
just.
so old and
Yeah.
it's a lot of use. Because that would originally have been used at the shipyards, and they would have been going through a lot.
Yeah, beating the heck out of
More so than
it.
what you did here, they'd been beating it up pretty bad.
Yeah, beating the heck
And see,
out
that's
of it.
what happened is at some point somebody put too part of a piece of steel into that, and they broke that jaw, and there was no use to them anymore.
What's this piece back here? This.
That's a 4-spindle drill press. There's 2 of them.
Really?
Those both hook up to the line
That
shaft.
one. So that would have hooked up above.
Yeah, when it hooked up above, you can see that there's a pulley that has like 3 different sized pulleys on it. That's so you can make it variable speed. And
Okay.
yeah, and the reason why you have a 4-spindle drill press is that way you put 4 different bits into it, and that way you have to change them during the day.
Nice.
Like that.
That's cool.
Look.
What's that, babe?
Cookies and lemonade, including windmill cookies.
Windmill cookies. Oh, look at that old hammer.
All the little lazy blades, pots, wrenches.
Cotter pins. Look at this old writing. It's cool.
We get to go in the office too.
Oh, look at these old wrenches. It's old school.
Oh, look at that little bag full of papers.
Welcome to the Windmill Factory Museum.
I think those are old checks.
Historic Nebraska City. I'm Dwayne Smith, president of the board of directors.
There's like,
This is a place where the Eli Company Windmill
Probably is.
Before electric pumps, city water systems, Eli Windmills supplied water to farms,
This little, I don't know if those are safety glasses or what they are.
the last preserved historic windmill factory
They're cool,
in the
though.
U.S. The incredible story demonstrates how Americans have used engineering, hard work, and care to live successful to change the
everything was just as they left it. Look at that big safe.
That is cool. Your voices up there. McRae's Blue Book, the Directory of American Industry. Look at the size of that book. It's freaking huge.
These fine volumes have dates on them. I wonder if they're like accounting books.
Look at that little stub pencil on there. He got everything out of that pencil.
Oh, the old phone. The old phone.
Notes. I'm sure if that stuff is a little staged, but
It's more than a museum. It's a time capsule.
it's awesome. You wouldn't think you would find a joint like this in Nebraska City. We just come from a great museum. This is more than, oh, it's no wonder it doesn't properly stuff, whatever they're called.
Oh, there's a crane on the bank over there. Oh.
Like a backlit like this sort of one.
Just look on the bank. See, can you see the crane against the brush there? The neck sticking out?
Nope. Oh yeah, it's way back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't think too backlit here to see everything, but this is the Missouri River. Some little outlet here. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Deliberating about wines. Well, let me think. This one had an essence of chocolate and a bit of a pear aftertaste. It did. I think I can Here, you want to try it?
We're at Kibble Orchard. Got my breast food. Decisions are being made here on alcohol.
Those are the important ones.
Yes, very important.
Decisions.
Great post here.
I'll go with this one.
Do you want a bottle of that one?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What's going?
The Vignon.
Yolese.
Big, no less.
Right.
It's French.
She's
so
out. She's out grabbing it. That'd be good.
Did you want a growler or two?
I think you better go for the growler.
Okay, I'll take a growler of hibiscus.
Double focusing on that. That's okay, we got a whatever.
I put the receipt with the rest of the forks. I didn't know what you wanted done with the receipt, so it's just gonna sit in there. What are you having?
Kibble Orchard here in Nebraska City. Come check it out.